And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
When you hear the name Megadeth, chances are you immediately think of one of the biggest metal bands of all time. They're one of the big four bands, alongside of Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, 38 million albums sold worldwide, platinum certification on 6 of the 15 studio records, 12 Grammy nominations. They won the Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance in 2017 for their song Dystopia. Their former bass player, David Ellefson, has been a guest. Now you can hear David playing in a new project called The Lucid. And when he was a guest, we talked about his first concert, how he paid homage to Def Leppard, taking flying lessons, growing up with the music of Diana Ross, the Beatles, Neil Diamond. He talked about the shows that he was binge watching, the movies, Pulp Fiction and Alien, the superpowers of Superman and Aquaman. And David talked about how Kiss was super influential for him becoming a musician. Listen to this.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, obviously hearing Kiss and seeing that, that drew me and probably most of my, my now famous rock and roll buddies.
Like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, everybody from Todd Kearns to the Anthrax guys,
Totally.
to Mike Portnoy, all of us, we all seemed to, that spoke to us. That drew us in. There was something dark. There was obviously a fantasy involved with the whole Kiss thing with the creatures and their whole mystique. And that, that obviously, that was a big thing for us. That really drew us in to this fantasy world of rock and roll. And I think we all lost ourselves into that. And that is why we are here, quite honestly. And it's funny that, then I would move to LA upon my graduation, meet Dave, Mustaine, we start Megadeth. And Megadeth is the opposite of Kiss. It's stripped down jeans, t-shirts. It's more like the Ramones or something, where it's very just, kind of high energy jeans, t-shirts, leather jackets, it's the opposite of Kiss.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I meet a lot of people who say they're inspired by Megadeth and they don't sound anything like Megadeth. Some of them are even pop musicians, Post Malone, guys like this, And so I like, that when people are inspired by my music, our music, and they find their own voice and their own path to do their own thing.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC approved repair shop. Find them online at tedcorvsuppliesinc.com.
The Tudors were probably the most scandalous dynasty in British history. This season on Vulgar History, we're spilling the tea on this messy, messed up family and the people who had to live through it all. Anne Boleyn and the other wives of Henry VIII are known today from the musical Six, but who were they really? Did any of them actually want to marry him? Henry VIII, the man who was literally the worst? How did two of them manage to escape with their heads intact? We'll also get into historical mysteries, like who really wrote Shakespeare's plays? Who was the real Bloody Mary? And what was happening elsewhere in the world while the Tudors were trampling all over England, like the mysterious disappearance of the Roanoke colony and the true story of the girl known as Pocahontas. I'll be joined by Tudor historians, experts, and a few of my friends who really hate Henry VIII to learn all about the Tudors this season on Vulgar History. Because it's Henry VIII all day, every day. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts. Do you ever watch a TV show set in a historical time period and think, how accurate is this really? But also, does it matter if it's accurate or not?
Nefertiti is a new podcast about shows set in ancient times. This season, we're recapping every episode of the show Spartacus: Blood and Sand.
I'm Ann Foster, and I have never seen this show before.
And I'm Gina Berry, and I have watched this show maybe too many times.
Join us every other Monday on the Nefertiti podcast as we discuss the real history behind Spartacus, Blood, and Sand.
Follow Nefertiti, that's NEFER-TV, wherever you get your podcasts.
For 8 years, we've been asking the same question over and over again. How did this happen? My name's Mandy.
And I'm Melissa, and we're the hosts of Moms and Mysteries, the true crime podcast with over 55 million downloads.
We're two Florida moms who are obsessed with mysteries. Each week, we do deep dives into fascinating true crime stories.
We cover everything from infamous cases like Casey Anthony
to the bizarre and complex crimes right here in our home state, like the shocking murder of FSU professor Dan Markell.
We bring you the facts, but with warmth and wit you'd only get from two friends who have been hooked on mysteries since childhood.
Join us for new episodes of Moms and Mysteries every Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen to Moms and Mysteries on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.